Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful Sunday. Back again for the second time. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's enjoying their day. Hopefully y'all got some good food or whatever that y'all eating today and everything. If you're new here, welcome. I'm sorry, y'all. I am lotioning my hands. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Y'all know what I like y'all to do. Go ahead and drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all doing. Comment back. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you are subscribed so that you and hit that notification button so that you get notified every time. You know what I'm saying? We go live over here. I thank y'all for being here, and I truly appreciate y'all. Hey to my sister, California cutie. Hey, Miss Bugs, how are you, my love? Hey, Phyllis Crawford, how are you? So glad to see you guys today. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry, baby. I am a little tired, honey. I need some rest on this good Sunday. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all doing good. I hope everybody doing good. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. It was all right. I ain't gonna say it was a 10. It was all right. It wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? We had this few little spokes and moments, but other than that, child, what y'all giving this episode? What y'all rated on a scale of 1 to 10? Just trying to give a few more minutes for people to get in here before I get started. Which I rated on a 1 to 10. I give it about a 6. 6.5. All right, y'all. Sorry. Had to put my phone on. Do not disturb. My bad. Well, I give it about a 6.5. That's what I get it. Give you. So at the 3 minute mark, y'all give it a 7.5. Hey Cheryl, my favorite Liberian cayenne pepper. How you doing today? Hey Brittany Janae, how are you? So y'all give it a 7.5. I give it about a 6.5. And that's what I'm gonna give it. But we're gonna go ahead and get this started so we could be here for a good time, not a long time. So the episode opens up back at the storage yard with Keke Mel and I don't know why I won't call that man Abdul, but So Mel is talking about Keke and want Keke to go ahead and, take the whiz in the cup or whatever, right? She want her to go ahead and do the little test or whatever. And she was like, go ahead and get it started. Hey, love 7829, my beauty. How are you? I hope you're doing well. And so she was like, go ahead on and take it so that way they can't throw this in your face no more. We can put this to rest, proven wrong. And she was like, I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it. But I'll do it if Marceau takes a lie detector test. And I'm like, girl, Marceau ain't gonna take no lie detector test. Now, Marceau did a live on Instagram where he took a lie detector test and he said the lie detector proved that he was innocent. And excuse me, but people gonna say it's fake, so it don't matter what he do or whatever. That's what he said on his little Instagram on live. So allegedly he has taken a polygraph test that has proven him innocent. That's what he's child, whatever. I can't tell y'all what else was said on the live because I don't even watch him like that. Hey, vintage 1970, how are you? Hey, Auntie Natty, how are you? Hey, cool gamer, how are you? Glad to see you all on this beautiful Sunday. So meme is like, go ahead on and you ain't gotta prove nothing to them. You ain't gotta prove nothing to Marceau. You know he ain't gonna take the test. And he had called himself because it looked like he was about to call him that word that Stormy called him. And I was like, I'm here for it. But was like, he ain't gonna take that test. Hey Monique King, how are you, my love? So don't you ain't got to prove nothing to none of them. And Melanie was like, well, look, girl, they keep throwing this up, they keep saying this. So let's go ahead and prove them wrong. And Keke was like, all right, you know what? In her confessional, she like, you know what? Mel's right. Mel's right. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this test and I'm gonna prove him wrong. And we see Keke walk into the bathroom or whatever. And then she come back out and Mel's like, girl, I ain't gonna hold your pee cup. But let me go ahead and pull this little strip. So when she pulled the strip, it came back no THC, no barbiturates, no opioids, which is what Keke was, had struggled with in her addiction or whatever. Then all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? No heroin, no PCP, no, none of that. It all came back negative, 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 negative. So Keke seems to be vindicated You know what I'm saying? By this test. That's the way I feel about it. She seemed to be vindicated by this test, and I'm glad she went ahead on and took it. So we ain't got to hit this no more. Let this die. Let this go to bed. And if you feel like, once again, I still feel like if you feel like that's why her actions was because by that, it's not time to make fun of it. That was the problem from the beginning, that y'all went out and y'all was spreading the girl business. From the beginning that we know. Let me say that. From the beginning that we know, that was the problem, that y'all went out and spread that girl business. But I'm going to speak more on that later on in the episode, because there was some things that caught my attention that, child, the stories ain't adding up. 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2. 4 times 2 ain't equaling 8. But we're going to get to it. So then next we get to the scene with Tisha and Marceau. And they land in the bed. He's talking about how long we gonna be gone for, and she said 5 days. He like, I can't be gone 5 days. I can't be gone 5 days. And I'm like, how you don't know if y'all going out of town for your daughter's birthday? How you don't know how long y'all gonna be gone for? Like, you were not intricate in the planning at all, were you? Because if you couldn't do 5 days, then you should have said that from the beginning. But had you been involved, like you want us to believe that you are, you would have known. And Tisha like, well, you're going to have to explain that to Mila. Because Mila said this what she wanted to do for her birthday, so that's what we're doing. Hey, everybody that's just coming in the chat, I appreciate y'all for being here. So then they started talking about the barbecue, and Tisha was saying, you know, how him and Marceau was saying how him and Stormy had a moment. And she was like, I'm glad y'all could put y'all differences to the side. And he's like, but you're not going to convince me Stormy ain't know what she was doing. Stormy ain't never said she ain't know what she was doing. She was very clear of what she was doing and why she was doing it, to get up under your skin. So what are you talking about? Just like you were very intentional in doing what you wanted to do. You thought you was going to be able to scam and bam out of $100. And that girl like, hold on, wait, this is not how you do business. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Not that she ain't had the $100, but it was your approach and how you approached her, and the fact that your lack of accountability in how y'all do business. Y'all asked me, I didn't ask y'all. But it is what it is. So then they start talking about Keke, and he was like, you know, he have love for Keke, and I'm like, you got love for Keke? You ain't got no love for Keke. Like, we're not even about to sit up here and do it. We're not even about to sit up here and do it like you got love for Keke. Keke was on the interview talking about she love y'all, she love y'all, she love y'all. I believe she love her cousin. I don't believe she love you. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. And he's like, you know, is it unfixable? Is it not fixable? And Tisha's like, I'm done. I'm done with her. I'm done with her. And I'm like, you done with her? Okay, cool. She says she done with you. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and move on and let bygones be bygones. And y'all ain't got to speak on each other never no more. But you not taking accountability. All y'all doing is blaming. You blaming her for everything. She blaming you for everything. And y'all acting like y'all ain't never done nothing to each other. When it takes two people to have an issue. Both of y'all. I believe every word Keke said that you did some stuff to her. I believe every word that Keke might have did some stuff to you. Now, whether it was in get back or not, I don't know. Whether you was on get back, she was on get back. But it was already been said that y'all been bred to be in competition with each other since y'all was younger. So both of y'all done some things. So once again, accountability. Marceau tells Tisha that she don't take accountability for anything. And she was like, yes, I do. I see my mistakes and then I move on so that I don't have to make those mistakes again. Tell me. He was like, you lack accountability. She was like, when have I lacked accountability in the last 30 days? And he was like, well, we were sitting down at the meeting for the expo and she was like, I took accountability for that. I said that the front end was unorganized with what you saw in the show, and let's talk about the actual event. And I'm like, okay, girl, if that's what you call taking accountability, then that's what you call taking accountability. But ma'am, we all know you never take accountability for anything. But I just found that very rich coming from your husband, who also don't take accountability for anything. I found it hilarious, him trying to tell you and lecture you about taking accountability when he does not take accountability for absolutely nothing. Not nothing with you, not nothing with himself, not nothing. I thought that was hilarious. Ain't no way Marceau can lecture me about taking accountability, but you don't take accountability. And she was like, but I did. And he proved to her with her very statement with her very statement, like, no, this is what you said, this is what was said, and this is what you was, and this is what you said, and how you responded. So you did, okay, I own it, I own it, okay, I'm taking accountability. And she rushes off to the doggone closet to go get some more stuff to pack, and she like, you need to pack. And he was like, I'm not packing, I'm not finished helping you packing. And I'm like, y'all have 3 kids plus you plus him, that's 5 people, and he can't help you pack. He will, girl, he will go naked. Never mind. That's not a sight I would want to see unclosed. But I wouldn't pack his stuff. He would definitely have to go ahead and pack his stuff. And she was like, I'm not saying pack nobody else's stuff, but you pack your stuff. Why he can't pack his son's stuff? Pack your stuff and pack your son's stuff. Excuse me. Or better yet, your son is old enough to be able to throw his own stuff in a suitcase. Y'all can do it together. Father, son, bonding time. Have a little conversation. Expecting that girl to pack your clothes. Absolutely ridiculous. So then the next thing we see Mel, she come down with her box. She have her programs, her menu, and her thank you card, and her song that she wrote, okay, for her name change ceremony, which we didn't get to see this week, but I knew we wasn't going to see it this week anyway. You know, they always got to introduce us to something and then turn around and we see it the next week or whatever. So the party planner comes over, and then they start talking about the event and what to do about the event. The event talking about put it on the wall, put the drink name on the wall, on a drink wall, you know. And I'm like, girl, go ahead, Mel. I ain't mad at you because my cousin had a divorce party, baby. I'm trying to tell you, it went down. That's all I'm gonna say. It went down. So anyway, we had a ooh, that was a night to remember. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, so she's talking to the lady about the party event, and then her mama come in, and she's telling, you know, they talk about the event, and then she tell her mama she got the letter, but she didn't open it. And I'm like, girl, you wait, girl. I love you, Mel, but the cart is coming before the horse. Unless this is just the way you wanted it to look for production, because why would you plan a party and throw money towards planning the event and you don't know that them people granted you? Like, what if they would have said no? I don't know. I guess that's just how I think. But I ain't mad at her having a name change party. So her and Mama Van sit there and she opens the letter and she read it. And you could tell by the way she was reading it, she was really emotional. And then when she hugged her mom and they kind of zoomed in on her face, you can see like it was a part of her life that is like it's officially coming to an end. She's back to who she was prior to being married outside of her growth. But y'all get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So it meant something for her, like the life that she thought that she was gonna have with the man that she thought she was gonna have it with, who she could trust, like she said, her best friend. You know what I'm saying? And yo, he did her dirty. And then he don't take accountability for doing her dirty. Like, so I get it. I definitely get why she was so emotional. I know she was probably happy with it, but that's still a moment. Like, yeah, you be happy when you finally free and when you finally can let go of a situation. Like she said, she feels like a weight has been lifted off her shoulders. She said she feel like she can, you know, we met her as Melody Holt, but she's gonna reintroduce herself as Melody Rogers and bring something to her name. You know what I'm saying? Success attached to her name, the name that she was born with. And I'm not mad with it. I mean, you know, if you want to rock your husband name or your ex-husband name, cool. But I'm not opposed to women, you know, making their name ring bells. Listen, I'm happy for it. I was glad to see that moment between her and Mama Van, because think about what we know as the public. As the public, we know a lot. And we are disgusted. And we all felt relief for that lady. We all was aggravated when he kept taking her to court, because according to their law, as long as you're in an active court trial, you cannot change your last name, which was the holdup of her changing it. So after all of this time, she's finally able to change her name. Like, we all wanted that to happen. So I can imagine the relief that her mama felt as well. Because think about what we know. Her mama know way more than that. So I can understand the tears, like my daughter is free. She finally free. I definitely can understand that. Let me see what y'all saying. The name change makes it more real that he and Melody are divorced, kind of like you can't really believe somebody did until you go to the funeral home. Right. I agree. I agree. His ass better not show up at that name party. Girl, we gonna see. But she said she gonna have security on deck because everywhere she go, she got to have security, being a single woman out here, being famous, being a celebrity, and with a crazy ex. And I felt like, Melody, girl, is you trying to tell us something? Don't tell us without telling us. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell us without telling us. Just come out and tell us. Are you trying to tell us Marcel be popping up at your events where you be at, girl, and you be having to get security? I don't know. That's what I felt like. That's what I felt like she was telling us. But I could be reading into things. I could be wrong. I'm not guaranteed to be right. But just mentioning that, I'm like, this man done popped up on her a few places. Apparently, that's the vibe that I was getting from that he done popped up on her. But I can't wait to see the event, child. The menu, it seemed real classy. Like it's gonna be real classy beast. And not a buffet style. It's gonna be a sit down service white glove dinner. That's the way I feel about it. But the next thing we see Keke, dang, they look so alike. We see Stormy pull up on Keke because she wanted to check on her since the barbecue, because y'all know we gotta talk about it, okay? So they hug each other, whatever, and they get to talking about what happened. She was like, I wanted to check on you. And Stormy let her know that after y'all left, they were saying it's the drugs, and it rubbed me the wrong way. And Keke was saying, I wish I didn't love Tisha as much as I do. And I believe it because I know how I feel like when you love somebody and you feel like they stupid, but then girl, Keke, this is why you and your cousin gets into it. Not saying that you're wrong, but you be high key out here confirming for us what we already knew. You be high key out here confirming for us what we already know. Like she was like, it's like, girl, come on. I just want to shake you. You mad at me, basically, but you need to worry about that back that was Baby, when she said that, I said, so Keke, that was his back? Girl, that was his back. Baby, that was definitely his back. I'm like, Keke, you just confirmed for us what we already knew. And that's why your cousin be high key mad with you. That's why your cousin be high key mad with you, because I don't feel like you trying to purposely out her, but and just talk it, because you be talking. And in talking, you be confirming it for the people. Unibu, you say he definitely popped up on her. Yeah, I feel like he definitely popped up on her. Keke needs to leave Tisha in her miserable behind. And she does. Thank you, Miss Bug, for the super sticker. I truly, truly appreciate it. Child, they care more about creating the scene. And they all do. We all do. Yes, we all know his back, just like she know his back. That's why she was down to that call crying. But when Keke was like, I wanted to shake her, I wanted to be like, girl, you not this stupid. You can't be this stupid. You can't be this pathetic. And y'all, I believe everything that she said. I believe everything that she said. I believe she really do feel like that. But at the end of the day, Keke, you can't save nobody who don't want to be saved. That's a man that she's sticking beside him. My man, my man, my man, my man, my man. And it ain't going to change for her. And every time you going to get thrown under the bus. You the one who said that Tisha asked you to look into the information and then went back and told Marceau before you was able to gather all the information. Then he said whatever he said to her, like he be doing her. And then boom, now all of a sudden you added, like, how many times a person got to keep kicking you in the butt? She cool. She can be cool with you long as she don't feel you doing better than her. Long as she don't feel you about to be equal to her. Long as she can still view you in her eyes as beneath her, which in her eyes, your addiction makes you beneath her. You can. How dare you be on the same platform with me? How dare you? How dare you get popularity in the same way that I got popularity? It ain't no love there. At any time, long as she feels like you are rising above, y'all ain't gonna never be cool, because in her eyes, she always got to be better than you. But you was clocking it. You was clocking it, girl, in that confession when you talking about why he going to Africa and all of that other stuff. You, girl. But then people get mad at Keke, but Keke ain't saying nothing but what we all be saying. But I feel y'all though. I guess she shouldn't be saying it because she her cousin. But in reality, y'all all better have somebody in your life that at the end of the day feels like, listen, I don't care if you're gonna be mad at me, girl. I'ma say it. Like you out here looking stupid. I'm not gonna live in your delusions of grandeur no more. I'm not gonna live in this fairy tale world with you like everything all good and you out here looking simp. You out here looking like a whole duck out here. A lot of people have family that feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do none of that. I'm not about to sit up here and keep playing these games with you. So I definitely believe that that's how Keke feel. I wholeheartedly believe that she 100% feel like, man, I'm tired. My cousin out here looking, man, you out here looking like a simp. You making us look bad. Like, come on now. Cause she ain't said nothing. Truthfully, she ain't said nothing that we all don't say in the comments, that we all don't say in our discussion groups, that we all don't be saying in all the chats of all the content creators that cross. We all say the same things that this woman is saying, but people just don't like that she's saying it because she's her cousin. But at the end of the day, man, cousin or not, I'm not about to continue. I'm not about to sit up here and pretend that the sky is purple with you when the sky is blue. I'm not about to do that. I ain't gonna pretend like it's cold outside when it's 300 degrees. No, we're not. I'm not about to play this fairy tale game with you. And the fact of the matter is, ain't nobody gonna be mad with you for staying with your husband. Ain't nobody gonna be mad with you for being honest about it. It's just the fact that y'all like to pretend, and the people is tired of y'all pretending. Keke needs to leave her cousin alone in her miserable marriage since she has chosen her caveman for a husband. And you're right. I agree. I completely agree, Shanice. Hey, Norris, how are you, my love? They've been cousin rivalry since they were 13. That's a long time. Exactly. And it's a whole lot of underlying issues that they ain't healed from when they was children. Hey, Kianta, how are you? I hope everybody's doing good again today. Once again, like the video. So then they started talking about Tiffany, and Stormy started telling Keke about how Tiffany is talking about her son going to another school, and she's like, they don't live in that area. How they gonna send a boy to that school? Her son can't go to that school. So she's telling Keke about it, and Keke in turn tells her, oh, you gave Stormy some of your products or something? And she was like, yeah, I did. And she was like, oh, well, she was talking about him. She was talking about him because oh wait, let me back up, y'all, because when Keke said Tisha and her wife, y'all, I was done. When she called Marceau a madam, I was done. I just have to say that. I was like, girl, you being messy. Girl, you being messy. But if you're ready to burn the bridge all the way down, burn it down. I always say this: don't burn no bridge because you never know when you have to cross it. But if you feel like you ain't gonna never have to cross that bridge, then baby, set it ablaze. And don't think about it. So, girl, all right, Miss Madam. But anyway, wow. Oh, so then they're talking about that. So then she was like, well, she was talking about your product, saying how the ingredients weren't healthy and this and that and the third. That was messy of Keke to Stormy about her products, but she was telling her what Tiffany said. But you know, they was trading Tiffany tea for Tiffany tea. That's how I feel about it. But in thinking about Keke and her son and him being an athlete, let me tell you something. If you're a real good athlete, them schools will do whatever they can within NCAA guidelines, right? NCAA guidelines to make you eligible to be able to play for their school. That's number one, Tiffany. If you know anything about sports, and y'all know I love sports, if you know anything about sports, you know if the school wants you, oh baby, they gonna find a way within the NCAA guidelines to make you eligible for their school. That's not just in Alabama. That's everywhere. I want you to know that. If they want you that bad, they gonna get you. And they're gonna get you at their school. But I just feel like Tiffany, like, why do you have a hard on for Keke? They mentioned that they showed clips from the interview with Carlos that he did. Oh, I didn't mean to call that man she. That he did with Tiffany, and she basically alluded to the fact that like she was better than Keke. Like, what make you feel like you better than somebody, Tiffany? You don't have no issues. Not saying that you don't love your son, but you had a whole baby out of fear of being alone. That's an issue. The fact that you feel a need to drag somebody, like, you never know. You just had a baby. You never know. You could have had to have a C-section and had to take some medicine that you got hooked on. That's that's absolutely asinine and crazy. That's crazy of you, like, to do all of that. You're doing too much, Tiffany, for somebody who, like, nobody misses you when you're not on the show. Don't nobody miss you. It's given Lewis didn't even want to be on the show because you really on there by yourself. Lewis don't have time for that foolishness. But you working on my nerves, want to be around here, act like you better than somebody. Girl, go to hell. Anytime you start looking down on your nose on people, you need to check yourself. Girl, you ain't watched Medea. You ain't heard the song. The same people you meet going up, you see them coming down. Girl, you need to check yourself because you're not even that likable. Let's be clear. And then if Stormy did give you products, why are you talking about that girl products? That's shady as what? Yes. Sorry, y'all. That's shady. If somebody did something for you and that girl was the one there helping you for your not your gender reveal, your sip and see. I know you be trying to call yourself making good reality TV, girl, but you just don't be making no sense. But before we move on to the next part, let me go ahead and see what y'all talking about. Shanice says the issue is people are tired of Tisha and her husband pretending like they have a great marriage because they've been married for 17 years or whatever. And I agree. And we know that it's not real. We know it's not real, and it don't come off real. It doesn't come off tangible. It doesn't come off relatable. It don't even come off like, like he likes her. So I agree. I want to know what was Tisha and Marcel's reaction to see that Keke's is drug free. So what's going to be Tisha's excuse why she feels the way she feels about Keke now? Girl, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Probably that she faked the drug test. Probably that it wasn't her who did it and all of that. That's probably what her reaction is gonna be. Because allegedly Wanda out here saying that it wasn't real. So I don't know. But that's probably gonna be it. Since Thick Tongue know Keke is still on drugs, do she know Baby Shark Teeth is cheating? She knows. That's the thing. She knows. She knows. She just don't care. Tiffany got her nose all up in everybody else's business but her own, and she works on my nerves with it. They will make housing accommodations and everything to get the pick they want for sports. I'm trying to tell you, they might be moving in a house where they don't have to pay no rent. Tiffany gives Karen vibes, and I don't mean Hugo. Okay. I think messy Tiffany life is miserable, and now she's projecting. Tiffany needs to find her daddy. Ooh, now she need to find her daddy. I just hope that Keke and her husband prepare their son with their backup plan as well as athletics. I hope so. I hope so. I feel like don't never put your eggs all in that one basket in sports, because you could take one licking and that career is over. That could be in high school, college, or as soon as you get to the NFL, or you could have a beautiful career and play for years. Or on the flip side, you cannot get picked at all. So you better have a plan. You better have a hope, a prayer, and a plan. That's just what I'm saying. So after that scene, we see Mel pulls up. She's going to get them a workout. She invited Tisha and Kimmy to come. Tisha's the first one to pull up. She's like, hey, Tisha. And then they just stand in that awkward silence, but they want us to believe that they made up. Like, it wasn't even no small chitter chat around like you have with the people around church when you be like, hey, girl. All right, yeah. Yeah, girl, I'm going to call you. Yeah, girl, I heard about that. I heard. Girl, you ain't that sad? But we gonna get together. All right now. Like, they ain't even have it was nothing. It was nothing. No chemistry, no nothing. It was just awkward silence till Kimmy pulled up, and they both was like, whew, thank God, Kimmy here. And Kimmy like, hey, y'all know I was gonna be in my new ride or whatever. She pulls up in her Jeep. And I ain't mad at it. So she pulls up in her Jeep. She gets out. They all hug and everything. She's like, I've been meaning to call you to check on you and seeing how you doing. Would they go inside? And Mel starts telling the lady that Kimmy needs to might take it easy because since she's had some medical issues and she's having issues with her breathing. And Kimmy like, no, I can exercise. It's just, my breathing don't be acting right or whatever. I get out of breath really quickly. So this is even making me even more mad about Maurice clowning the way he is and this lady having issues with breathing too. Sir, Lord, you are the absolute worst. You are the absolute worst. Like, to know that she have issues with her breathing, she can barely even exercise, and they was giving her the easy exercises to do, and for you to be complaining about getting no coaching. Oh Lord, you can't tell nobody to leave their spouse, but that just I don't know about y'all, but that just made me even more aggravated with him pushing this narrative about he's not getting enough and she's having issues with her breathing. So we see them doing their exercises or whatever. If you're gonna work out while wear full lace, a full face of makeup, girl, because we gotta do that. Girl, not KFC. KFC out on these Facebook page clowning Keke test results. Girl, who is KFC? Is that a person or the real KFC? Now, Tisha's attitude was stank from the start. But my thing is, you didn't want to talk about Keke, but that's what y'all was going to have to talk about in the scenes. So after they finished doing their exercises or whatever, and they all sitting on their little mats and they talking. And so Kimmy was like, I've been meaning to check on you, Sister Barbecue. That was a lot. It was crazy. And Tisha was like, yeah, that was a lot and it was crazy. And Mel was like, yeah, so what actually happened? Because did something happen before y'all conversation? Before this happened at the barbecue, like you just didn't speak, and that's what she did. Like, what happened? Mel's trying to get the backstory because why this blew up the way it did. Hey to everybody that's just coming in, thank you for being here. So Tisha was like, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't really want to talk about it. Mel was like, because I want you to know, I talked to Keke and Keke felt disrespected and by you not speaking to her. And she was like, it's the drugs. I know it's the drugs. It's the drugs. And she was like, so for sure that she's on drugs. And here I was like, Mel, you got the information, girl, vindicated. Tell her like, why are we not letting her know that you gave Keke a test and it was positive and you ain't had to come back after 72 hours. She took it right there on the spot. And shout out to you, Mel, for knowing that the people be taking 72 hours to clean these stuff. Hold on 1 second, y'all. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. That was my little neighbors. It was their little birthday today. And they was coming to see if I wanted some food. That's so nice. Let children want to offer me a plate of food. But I was like, baby, I'm in the middle of a life. I gotta go. No, I don't want no food. But anyway, I thank them for that. But yeah, so she was like, and I talked to her. Girl, Cody does the most. But he was barking because they was ringing the doorbell. So anyway, I didn't understand in that moment, like, Mel, you got the proof. So why you just don't say it? KFC is Marceau. So Marceau is out here saying, girl. So Marceau is out here saying Keke test is fake, but we supposed to believe his lie detector test that he was talking about on his live, but talking about people gonna say his test is fake. Girl, you know how I feel about him. So anyway, Tisha was like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm fine. And I don't want to talk about this no more. And I'm like, girl, you don't want to talk about it because Melody clocked it once again in the confessional. She doesn't want to talk about it because it deals with Marceau and infidelity. And the fact of the matter is, girl, listen, we already know y'all have a clause to try not to talk about infidelity. And at this point, just like y'all, I'm tired of hearing about it if we don't have no receipts. And then the fact of the matter is, y'all never address it. Y'all just go around and around and around and around the bush. That's why we was talking about Keke and her issue, because you knew about it, your husband knew about it, Kimmy knew about it, everybody knew about it. So why are we acting like this not happening? Why y'all just for once be real with us about what is actually happening in y'all life and in y'all marriage? And then y'all want to talk about people out here being nosy, but the fact of the matter is you got on a reality TV show to show what is your reality. And the reality is y'all don't show us what the fuck is really going on between y'all. It's always fluff. It's always awkward. Whenever we get scenes with just y'all two, it's always awkward. It's always him calling you out on something. We always got to see him perched up in that bed like that, like he don't belong, like he ain't slept there in years upon years upon years, just looking uncomfortable. We always got to get an uncomfortable scene with y'all. I don't get it. But every time somebody want to have a conversation with you, you walk away from a conversation, but then was confused when your husband say you don't take accountability. Which if him cheating, you don't have to take accountability for that. He has to take accountability for that. But you be walking around here acting like it ain't what it is, and the forest ain't full of trees. Stop playing in our faces. That's why you didn't want to discuss it. You didn't want to discuss it because you would have had to discuss that rumor. Because you feel somehow addressing that rumor makes you look stupid when you already out here looking stupid. I just want to go to the beach with my family. I just want to get away. Girl, go ahead. Get away. I bet you do want to get away. You want everybody else to fire their makeup artists for talking about your makeup artist and your husband. But yeah, she is still doing your makeup. Girl, listen, let me tell you something. You the one who coined the phrase on this show where there's smoke, there's fire, and baby, y'all block been burned down. Y'all about to burn down all of Huntsville with all the fire that's around you and Marceau. And it's not even just with infidelity. It's the fact of his lack of respect for you, his lack of appreciation for you, the way he treats you, the way he talks to you. That marriage been in flames. It been burned. Because a marriage is a partnership. Y'all not equal partners. Y'all don't even have a partnership. Y'all don't even have a P, capital or lowercase. That's why the people want your freedom, girl. That's why the people want you to see. It ain't just about the infidelity. Y'all don't address none of that. But we supposed to believe everything is perfect, girl. That man won't even come out and say he don't cheat on you. He'll play all up in your face. Every time. Every time that questions come up and y'all don't lie, it ain't even on the show. On live, y'all have been asked several times, and that man refused to utter the words, I do not cheat on my wife. He will go all around and change the subject, but he will not answer that question. And you mad at us? You mad at your cousin? You mad at everybody else except for the person who you need to be mad at. The two people you need to be mad at. And one is your husband and the other one is yourself for allowing this man to play in your face like that and publicly disrespect you. But then you want everybody to have a respect for a marriage that your husband don't even respect. Make them calculations make sense to me. And then when you did was trying to talk, you was sitting up there and Mel was like, well, she said something about a conversation beforehand. And she was like, well, look, and she's been doing this to me. This is live, Shirley. Hey, Babu, how you doing? She been doing this to me since I was 13 and it's very reminiscent of things that happened in the past. And when I started hanging with y'all, I said, come on, tell on yourself. Tell on yourself. When I started hanging with y'all, I backed away from Keke. Fact of the matter is, Keke was already hanging with Mel before you were hanging with Mel. That's proven. When you started hanging with Mel and the Holts, when we started hanging with y'all, I backed away from Keke. You ain't back away from Keke because of her problem. You knew what was going on. You saw the opportunity that was Mel. Y'all knew rumblings about the show and what she was trying to do. So you separated yourself, and then y'all walked on in there and y'all threw those accusations out. Well, not accusations, but y'all told that girl business about her having her addiction issue. So that boom, move her out the spot so that y'all could be in there and y'all could be in the position that y'all are today. But you want to scream loyalty. But you wasn't loyal from the beginning. But you just told on yourself in this episode. Because if you was going to distance yourself from Keke, then you was going to distance yourself. Because according to y'all and Keke, the issue happened years back before y'all was even hanging with the host. Or maybe when y'all first started hanging with the host or whatever. But you hadn't backed off from her then. And then you and your husband's story not even making sense, because if y'all was if he was picking her up on the side of the road and doing all of these times that he claimed that he was picking her up off the side of the road and y'all was there for her, y'all, not him, y'all were there for her, then how did you back off from her if it was recently and while you was hanging with the Holts? Because according to you, you backed off from her when you started hanging with the Holts. So if you backed up from her when you started hanging with the Holts and y'all were going to get her off the streets and this, and the third, then why tell that lie that you backed off from her? Because that's not backing off from her. That's letting her deal with her issues and we ain't got nothing to do with it. But if this was before y'all were hanging with the Holts, or y'all was picking her up off the street and you were bringing her to rehab and y'all was doing this, that, and the third, then you wasn't removed from it. You knew she was in her recovery, which why, if you knew she was in her recovery, would you allow your husband to go tell the Holts, oh, don't let her in your house because she gonna take your pills, and talk about her drug issues? So you be wanting to play innocent and you be wanting to play like it's all Keke, but you be doing underhanded stuff too. I ain't saying it's just you, but I'm damn sure saying it ain't all Keke. Because you just busted yourself in your stories of what you told. When the fact of the matter is, both of y'all still traumatized over some shit y'all went through when y'all was 13 because y'all didn't have the proper adults to mediate the situation in y'all life and get over it, and not even draw y'all to be in competition with each other from the beginning, from the get-go. But that's another story for another day, because ain't nobody taking accountability. Tisha, your mom still on the internet talking trash. Your husband still on the internet talking trash. But what in y'all life make y'all feel like y'all are so divine, you, your mom, and your husband, that y'all can say whatever y'all want to say on the internet streets to people, and then somebody ain't supposed to say nothing back to you. Nobody ain't supposed to do nothing back to you. And I ain't just talking about with Keke. We've seen Tisha do this over and over and over again, several times. You got mad with Kimmy because Kimmy didn't want live for you. But you was cool with Keke then, right? Because Keke came and defended you and was going off on Kimmy about not having your back. You good with people long as they have your back and you kiss your butt, but the people can't tell you the truth about yourself. And the fact of the matter is, you already know the truth about yourself. That's why you look so sad behind your eyes. That's why you look so pitiful, because you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror. And can't nobody tell me that you do, not even you. You trying to sit up there and act like everything all good. And so she was like, I'm leaving. And in her confession, she was like, it's like Mel just don't understand that no means no. Oh, you mean making somebody talk about a situation that they don't want to talk about, much like you did in season 1? When you was asking about how they dealt with infidelity as if that was something they wanted to talk about at the time. Once again, proving my point that you can say and do whatever you want to do to somebody, but nobody can't do the same things to you that you do to them. You can give out the energy, but you can't receive it. But I digress. So Kimmy and Mel was sitting there, and Mel was like, she says she's fine. She's over it, but she's not over it. I think she's hurt. And Kimmy was like, well, when she says she's fine, I don't think she means she's fine like that. But she's fine. She don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't sit up here and act like I think that her sadness is just about the issue with Keke. You've heard for years that your husband has been cheating on you. Y'all been, people drag you. I know I do when I do reviews. Now, I don't be all down to your comments talking too crazy to you and none of that, because I ain't got time and I don't even follow you like that. Most of the time when I see your post, somebody sent it to me. But anyway, y'all being sued for $5 million. You got kicked out your office by some man we don't even see no more. The people dragging the product line that you tried to start for your daughter. I'm not just gonna act like the sadness is all because of Keke. Like, you, girl, life is not doing its big one right now. Life is lifing for you. So I can understand you being sad, but I'm not gonna give all of this smoke to Keke because you sad, because it ain't just her fault. Why you sad? So then the next thing we see Notell come over there with 2 bottles of that wine that ain't nobody heard of since the last season, and when people wasn't ordering it in yesterday when we saw the episode. He comes over there now watering her plants. So they get to talking about, the barbecue and this, that, and the third. And then he was like, Fletcher told me bring these bottles of wine over here. Where he at? And she was definitely plugging where his real estate office was, and the address. So if y'all interested in getting a house in Huntsville, that y'all could go ahead and go down there on Highway 70 where the Fletcher at, and get y'all get y'all a house. But just make sure he don't rent y'all a house to Notell, because he ain't gonna never get out of it. But I digress. So they're talking about all of that. Then she mentions that, Mel's changing her name. And I'm like, Nell, you is messy. You messy. Like, why y'all even gotta talk about that? You should have got that bottle of wine and said, yeah, all right, I'm gonna tell Fletcher pass by and finish watering your plants. But I know it's TV, so y'all got to make a scene. But girl, you messy. Girl, now you messy, because that didn't even need to be. Mel's changing her. Well, how do you feel about it? And he goes into his, I gave her that name, and she shouldn't be leaving. But she having a party. Girl, why you had to tell this man about her party? If she wanted him to know, she would have sent him an invitation. It was being safe for the show. He was gonna find out. That was not your place now. That was messy as of you. That was hands down messy. And you hands down wrong. You ain't had no business telling Notell about that lady party. So he was like, I need a list of people who want to go. Y'all want to talk about a list of people who want to go. I need that list. So and they claim to be my friends. Excuse me? People can go wherever they want to go. But then you try to sit up here and say in your confessional, I want nothing but the best for Melody. I want her to be loved and this, and the third. But you mad with people because they're going to her party. Boy, I get the audacity of you. And now it's like, well, you should have been the one cheating. If you want to talk about cheating, you need to talk about her cheating. She cheated first. Bullshit. I call bullshit. If Melody had been cheated and started cheating first, sir, the way you have like to drag this lady for the coals, the way you have put up so many messages on Instagram in your stories and went back and forth and all of that, you would have been busted her long time ago. You're not about to sit up here and make me feel like you've been holding on to this tea. Mel been cheating on you with several women for years. You're not about to do that. We absolutely do not care. When I tell you we absolutely do not care, we absolutely do not care. Your own mistress said y'all was together for 7 years. You say y'all was together for 7 years. You was with that woman for 7 years, got her pregnant twice with your wife. At one point in time, your wife had moved out and got an apartment because she was about to leave your ass. Y'all was separated. Y'all was not together. If that's what you talking about, her sleeping with somebody and doing whatever she did, I do not care. The rest of the people do not care. It's amazing to me how y'all be out here wanting to cheat and do whatever you want to do and then want to cry and get limp dick and act like your feelings and your heart broke because the woman get back. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. It's our children name. And what that mean, let me tell you something. If you out here and you have children, you already know whether your children are little now or they grown now. You know it don't matter what your last name is. When you go to school, you're gonna tell the teachers every time they need to talk to you that your last name is what your last name is, because they automatically call you the same last name with your children. When you go to the doctor, they do the same thing. She don't need to hold on to that name for what? Why hold on to a name that caused her so much pain? You talking about that's something that I gave her. She shouldn't be having a party for that. She doing. Let me tell you something. She can have a party for whatever she want to have a party from. And all you have done with that lady, including your mistress, being so dumb, she talked to a blogger like that was really her friend for real, for real. Like she been knowing her for years. That was her nigga, her nerve, her jelly preserve. And spilled all the tea about y'all trying to make that, about you trying to get her to make a fake IG page to out your ex-wife. First of all, she should have cussed your ass out for even coming to you and asking you to do that, because why are you so obsessed with her? I done already dealt with that. That woman divorced you and left you alone. What we gonna do? Is we gonna be together or we not? But you know, she like being a leftover. She happy that she was the only woman left after he popped out with everybody else. But anyway, we ain't talking about them. But the audacity of you, she cheated first. Where is the proof? You keep saying you have the proof. Where's the proof? Where is the proof? We asking for it. Because you keep saying it, not she cheated first. First of all, we all know one thing. Your ego is too big to have stayed with Melody if she had cheated on you first. The fact that everybody drags you to smithereens, you would have been put out the proof. Because you will do any and everything in this world to take that woman down. Because of your ego. Because you feel some type of way. Instead of just admitting what you did. You not only cheated, you created, like, you had me. And then you not only did you create a life, you had me and your partner at the same time. Every time you went out there and slept with Coleslaw or any other woman you slept with, because she already told us you was community and she wasn't the only one. But every time you went out there sticking your meat up in somebody, unclean, unprotected, unwrapped up, you played with your wife's life. Every time. And then you came back home and did what you did with her. The nerve of you. The audacity runs so deep within your veins. I don't even think you have blood no more. The unmitigated gall for you to want to have an attitude and then want to talk about how you a man and respect you as a man and you a grown man and all this other stuff you be preaching and pouting out here and slanging the people, but you want people to play high school games. Well, if the Fletchers go to Mel's party, it's a line drawn in the sand and they've sided with Mel. No, it ain't that they side with Mel, but they can be cool with you and be cool with Mel, but you want everybody to just be cool with you. That's childish. That's high school. Your brain has not developed past high school. Your brain has not developed past high school if that's the way you feel. That's stupid. You still living your life from when you looked like this. Because that's the type of mentality you have. That's childish. I wonder if Mel saw this picture before she got with you. That's absolute childish. But once again, Nell, you should have never said nothing. That wasn't your place. That wasn't your place. She was like, well, I never, did you ever ask her about cheating? I never asked her about cheating. I don't believe Mel cheated on me first with several guys. She was like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And then he's in the confessional talking about how Mel got everybody convinced that she's so sweet. She's putting on an act basically. And I'm like, girl. And yes, I said, girl, I meant to say that. I meant to call him girl. I'm like, girl, stop. Girl, stop. Because it's one thing that she have that you don't have, and that's character. People look at her character. Do we see that sometimes she be putting on? Yeah, we see it. But she has character. Her character speaks louder than yours because you don't have any. So that is why people don't believe it. When people believe something about you, it's something that you've showed them that makes it believable. What you're talking about is not believable. On top of the simple fact, like I just said, if you had proof, we would all know because you would have said it. Just like when you put out that video when she was at some booth with some man at a restaurant, she was on one side, that man was on the other side, talking about he married, she married, this is my wife, when that was at a time when y'all wasn't together. It's you. It's you who gets out here and let us know that you violate court order because y'all are a week in a week, and you let everybody know that I see my kids every week. So you're actually violating the court order by going and do something or showing up somewhere where she's at with the children, and it's not your time period. But we're supposed to believe it's her. Good luck. And Nell's like, well, I'm asking. I'm like, Nell, girl, see, you now you about to bring some more stuff. Now you about to bring some more stuff. Then Martell says, you women need to stop bashing men. Sir, you have been bashing this woman from here to kingdom come. You bashed her because she got therapy for y'all kids so they can understand the split instead of covering up your lies and making you look good. Let me tell you something. We get tired. That's another reason why she don't want your name. The weight that it carries. She wasn't a Rogers when she got famous. She was a Holt, okay, and she was a Rogers since she was born. Being a Rogers was gonna always run through her blood and in her veins. I don't care what your last name was. I don't care if it was Umar Muma. It don't matter. The fact of the matter is, you wanted her to keep your name because it makes you feel like somebody. Because long as she's tied to you, then she will. Long as she's carrying hope, she's always tied to you in that way. And whenever they mention her name and something that she's doing, it rings Holt, and it's always going to come back that she's Martell's ex-wife. You're so pathetic that you want her to keep a name because it makes you look good because she's doing everything and you're doing nothing. That's sad. That's actually really tragic. That's actually really tragic to me. When you need to, by right, get out here, hustle, do your own thing, and make your name ring because of you. Your family name should ring because of you, not because of somebody that you used to be married to. But that just shows how pathetic you are. You're a simpleton. Because you mad about her changing your name and you have to mention her being famous because she was a Hope when you met me. Get out of here with that Ike Turner bullcrap. Don't even make no sense. Now I'm asking, as long as you speak on it, speak on the whole truth. Don't speak on the half truth. Sir, if it's any parts that's missing, tell us. Tell us. Tell us what's missing. Because you have never, not once, came out here on this show and said all of this stuff that you be saying now. Because what man did Mel have that got on the internet and talked about you like a dog? What man does Mel have that's on the internet talking about y'all kids to try to get a rise out of you? Who in your family did Mel say she didn't want y'all children around? Who came out and said that Mel had a recording of you giving her head that she wanted them to put on the internet and act like it wasn't her so she can say you cheated on her? But you wonder why we don't believe you. And you wonder why she don't want your name. I wouldn't want your name. And the thing about it is, y'all gonna always be connected because y'all got children. If it's just a name, then don't worry. Get your panties out the bunch. Go wash your thong off. You don't got to shit yourself no more. She'll still be called Hope and have to correct people for years to come, long as she have them children. You be doing too much. But I'm gonna go back and read some of y'all comments and see what y'all said because I was going for a while. So, and that's how the episode ended, y'all. So it's gonna pick up next week. I guess we're gonna see the party and everything and what goes on there. Let me see. If you take methadone and you take a test for methadone, it should come back positive. However, the test came back all negative. Something ain't right. Well, I didn't hear what she said anything about methadone. If methadone wasn't in any of those categories on that test, then it wouldn't have come back positive. It wouldn't have come back positive for that because it wasn't on there. She didn't name methadone. Hey Juan, how are you? Tisha is sneaky. She does backhand messy things in the background, then plays victim. I absolutely agree. Why are you calling this lady Tissue? Tissue forgot how she acted season 1. I'm trying to tell you. Hey sis and chat, I've been listening the whole time while typing this paper, but I had to give my greetings. Of course, girl, you better get that paper done. I'm planning on being at that graduation. Tissue has a jealous spirit and she needs to know she is good enough and need not compare herself to no one. I'm trying to tell you that she is twerking sis who is about to be put on punishment. Yeah, put on punishment because she was out there shaking without us. I'm trying to tell you. But y'all, she does look for blind loyalty. I'm just flabbergasted. But like I said, I give this episode a 6.5. Tisha brought up infidelity at Melody and Martell's 10th anniversary party or whatever. What kind of sense does that make? She don't want it to be talked about in hers. He went in his truck and crying playing Lenny Lewis. Okay. Yes. Now it was Nell or Dale was a little messy. Like that was not his business. It was not his business. Yeah, we do not care. Girl, not 3 times. Got her pregnant 3 times. The last ends with a real baby, breathing baby. Girl, see no ma'am. Martell is really trying to rewrite history. She only cheated on you because y'all was married by law, but really separated. Go sit down. Exactly. Hotel got potato salad with raisins pregnant 3 times. Not potato salad with raisins. Yeah, he just nasty. A face that only a mother could love. Y'all silly. Tisha and her husband are so invested in Keke's issues so that they don't have to talk about the lawsuit and them 47 acres of bedrock. Every time. Every time. Every single time. Every season. They will talk about something else to deflect from what's really going on with them. And that's why I can't get behind them. Because y'all ain't really out here talking about y'all real deal. There are no sides, weirdo. They know you both and support you both. And after Chris let you use him to stay at their house that didn't get sold. Oh, the house got sold. The house got sold. It just didn't get sold by Chris because he lost his client. Because Notell wouldn't leave. And he wouldn't make Notell leave. He wouldn't do what he had to do to put him out. The house got sold. Chris just wasn't the one who sold it. Hotel out here throwing a tantrum like a toddler. And it was and is. It is. If Melody had cheated first, Martell would have been left because we all know that men can give it out but can't take it in return. Facts, Shanice. You convinced he's slow? I don't convince he's slow. I believe he's manipulative, and I'm convinced he's lazy. She made the Holt name something to look at. Exactly. And he don't want to lose that because ain't nobody already not paying him no attention. What grade and subject did Hotel teach? PE, right? I think he was a PE teacher. I think he was a PE teacher. Thank you, DeQuasia, for the super chat. I believe it. I'm sorry. I appreciate you listening while doing my assignments. Thank you, love. As an individual that in the medical, you have 2 tests for methadone itself, and the test was for other opioids and methamphetamines. Okay, so that's why the test didn't come back positive for that. Talk about the mechanics lean on, not the mechanics lean on bedrock. Girl, they got a lean. I told y'all them people say they got leans and beans over there. How often does Keke go a week for her methadone? I'm not sure. I didn't ask her. I think she said it, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. I think she said it in the interview we did, how many times she go. I remember her saying she go every week. But I don't remember her saying a certain amount of times a week that she go. But with that being said, y'all, that's all I really got for this episode. I'm probably gonna have a whole lot more because Nell seemed like she's gonna be messy and bring that mess to Melody at her party. And that's the one thing I hate, baby. If I'm having a divorce party, if I am having a party to move on to something, don't come or from somebody, don't come and bring me nothing at that party while I am celebrating. that they had to say. I don't care what they said. Don't come bring it to me not at my event, girl. Now, if you want to talk to me about it afterwards, then we can talk about it afterwards, but not at my event. I think that is so taken that people do that on these shows, on all of these shows across the board. But with that being said, I ain't got nothing left, y'all. I thank y'all for being here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share me with your people, okay? So we can get back up in this good algorithm. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine review. With that being said, I love you all. See y'all later, readers. Bye. Oh, Lord.